All right, welcome back to another episode of Reacts, where we're going to have a look how the internet have reacted to all things Tottenham, Korea, Sonny. So let's get straight into it. And the first one is from the Spurs Watch. It says, no team has had more injuries resulting in a player missing over one game than Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League this season. And that's following on from obviously a disastrous season for injuries last year. I mean, I can't remember the last time that we haven't had a proper disastrous injury disaster.
History of the Tottenham.
It's so frustrating.
But you wouldn't think of it. The narrative isn't this season so far. I mean, I know we've had injuries, but thinking about it, I wouldn't think we've had like an injury crisis. But clearly, you know, we've had more injuries than anyone else. Like the narrative, like Arsenal have had injury crisis and all these, another Man City have injury crisis. No one talks about Tottenham though.
Yeah, you look at it from the starting 11. Doggy's been struggling this season with injuries. Getting back to full fitness, obviously, and missing games here and there. Van de Ven's out injured. Romero now. Did Basuma have any injuries? No, I don't think Basuma had any injuries this season.
Or Bentancur had a concussion.
Bentancur concussion. Sonny has.
Or Basuma picked up an injury in international duty, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Basuma as well. Who else?
I think Maddison and Decky have been okay.
Odebear's
had bad injury problems, obviously. Richarlison, we all know. Solanke had an injury right at the beginning of the season.
So
Sonny has played with injuries this season.
Maybe it would have been easier to go through who's actually not had an injury this season.
Yeah, everyone seemed to. And I really thought this would have been improved last season where maybe we got used to Ange. But at the moment, it doesn't seem to be improving too much, which is a problem.
You know, everyone goes, oh, it's because of Ange's methods and how we're going at 100 million miles per hour. But I felt like we've always had injury. Like Jose was on record, you know, talking about the medical team, Conte as well. So, I mean, no matter what kind of style of player football, we always have copious amounts of injuries.
It's just who we are, mate. Just I don't know. It's hard to be logical about it. Why do we keep having these injuries? Do we need a better medical team? I don't know.
Yeah, well, didn't Jose and Conte both allude to about how crap our medical team were? So maybe we do. Ayudi says, shit. And that is to the tweet about Romero with some discomfort as he got substituted for Argentina yesterday. Half-time goes off. Looks like it is a recurring injury. And it's just very frustrating.
Yeah, and he's clearly been struggling with an injury for the past few weeks. He went off early against Man City, went off early against Aston Villa, was struggling, looked like he was struggling against Ipswich as well, and now he's gone off early again. When was the last time he actually played? Well, I guess he played 90 minutes against Ipswich, but didn't look comfortable in that game.
He was poor.
Before that, you know, he was getting tired against Man City, so clearly Romero's been struggling for the last few weeks with something, and that's clearly an issue, and we'll have to wait and see how it affects him.
His last two 90-minute games were Ipswich and Crystal Palace.
Not great.
Next up, Tottenham congratulating Sonny. 50 goals for Korea and counting. Congrats, Sonny. He is now, well, he was before, but he's proper bearing down on the leading goal scorer in Korean history. He's now second in the charts, and he's bearing down on him for the appearances for the national team as well. So by the end of his career, he's going to be on most goals and most appearances for Korea.
For sure. He's only 8 behind the player who's top. So for sure, it's only a matter of time before Sonny becomes Korea's all-time leading goal scorer. Brilliant achievement for him. And he's got that 50 goals, and I think it's 130 games. So a very good ratio as well for him. And he's played at how many major tournaments? I think like 3 major tournaments he's played, or 4. Well, if you include the Asia Cup as well. So yeah, in fact, we know how valuable Sonny is to the Korean national team, and it only reflect it once he becomes all-time top goal scorer.
But you know, everyone knows he's going to beat it. The numbers are just so small now. The margins are really small to make up. So he's going to be, by the end of it, if he's not already the biggest Korean legend, he most definitely will be by the time it's all said and done. Korea Football News say that Tottenham have requested that Gangwon FC winger Heung-min join the team earlier than originally planned. He is now expected to join Tottenham in mid-December rather than in January. We have brought this news to you, obviously, over the past week, but just reiterating, it's great news. gives him time to bed into life with Tottenham, new culture, new team, new country, pretty much new everything, new weather, new language. I mean, it's just a new everything for him, and it's going to take quite an adjustment period.
For sure, and I think it also shows we're thinking ahead about it. We're not just, we're not just like taking the approach where we'll just deal with him when he comes in January. We're kind of thinking ahead. Actually, can we get him in earlier? Can we get him settled in quicker? Maybe that means he can start making an impact a bit quicker than he would have if he only just came in January. So it's definitely smart. I think it's the approach that we should be taking with a young player like Heung-min, and we've got to be careful with him because, as you say, it's going to be a big adjustment. But the more we can get him ahead of the game, the better it will be for him.
Ayudi saying, Archie already following Heung-min new Instagram account before me. So Archie Grave was very quick to jump on the Heung-min bandwagon and going to start following his brand new Instagram account.
No one else following him?
Maybe now they are.
Come on. Everyone get following Heung-min.
981 followers, so that's got to be like very quickly. I want to see how many followers he's on now. I don't want to embarrass him in case it's not too many, but let's have a look.
Surely Sonny follows him.
Well, it looks like Archie Gray was following him before Sonny. And here we go. 2,500 now.
All right, he's climbing.
Followed by WeAreTottenhamTV Korea.
You're not going to give him a follow? Come on.
I'm going to give him. Of course, I'm going to give him a follow.
Come on.
What do you think this is?
I see the blue button there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like many players are following him, to be honest. Do better, people. Do better.
Disgrace.
Everyone go and give him a follow. There's his Instagram account on screen right now. This is from Premier Goguma saying, I love Kane and Son. Yeah, me too. Everyone loves Kane and Son.
Yeah, definitely missing that relationship, aren't we? That's for sure, that partnership. But yeah, we all love Kane and Son. Come on.
Yeah. DJ Hankin says, these takes from people are so tiring. Just extreme opinions to get engagement with zero. I know to back up the statement. And he's talking about Prof Spurs saying 6 goals and assists in 8 matches so far this season. The same goals and assists last season in the Premier League. Player of the Year, Phil Foden, 5th in the Premier League in goals and assists, 4th in big chances created, more than Cole Palmer and Martin Odegaard. This is basically in reply to people saying that Son is finished.
Yeah, and I always think this narrative is whenever he has a bad game or he's not the best game or he's finished, it's because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because he's 32, so people are just like in their minds mentally preparing for the fact that he will be declining, and he's nearer the end of his Spurs career than he is at the start of it. I mean, that's obvious for everyone, but for people just always wanting to like jump the gun and like declare that he's finished, like it's almost like they want to be seen as right or something, so that eventually when it does happen, they can say, oh look, I called it, and all this kind of stuff. Like, but at the end of the day, right now, he's performing at a very good level and he's not declining. And just said it himself, he doesn't feel like performance-wise he's declining. He's still playing at a very high level. We just need to keep him at that level. That's the challenge. And I don't know why people are always so quick to write him off.
To be fair, though, like a lot of players of this age go through similar stuff, don't they? I even remember, I think Kane when he was like 29, 30, he was going through a bit of a period and everyone was saying, oh, Kane's this, Kane's that, Kane's finished, let's sell him now. Mo Salah, I think last year he went through a quiet period and people were saying, oh, he's declining, he's coming to the end, he's finished. And I think players, when they hit 30 and they go above 30 and they go through maybe something that you're not used to what you're seeing before that's just like the natural instincts of everyone to go to, isn't it?
100%. And I think it's wrong. And I think especially what that just also leads to Sonny not getting the appreciation he deserves for the performances he's putting in.
It just says it all, right? When I was sitting here in the watch along, Spurs against West Ham, first half, even though I thought he was having a pretty good performance in the first half, he didn't get a goal contribution. And our chat was just filled with Sonny's finished, Sonny's this, Sonny's that. Then he pops up with 3 goal contributions in the second half. The whole chat was filled like, Sonny, the best in the world. You know what I mean? It's just such a fickle sport.
Yeah, that's football.
Ali Gold just giving Sonny his flowers as well, saying Sonny scores his 50th goal for his country. Lovely stuff. And yeah, that's brilliant. And this next one is the most classic Tottenham meme of all time. Brush off Man City.
Go hiding.
From Galatasaray, hide from Ipswich.
Yeah, don't want to not up for it for those games. Then come out with your chest pumped after those games. Come on, those classic Tottenham. We'll probably beat Man City, and then we fold to these other teams. It's
you talk about injuries
Spurs.
being the history of the Tottenham. This is also the history of the Tottenham.
Absolutely.
Look at this one. Spurs Express saying Tottenham's away kit next season will predominantly be black with a light grey accent. Picture below is an early prediction of how it will look. I mean, that's exactly pretty much a carbon copy of that kit that we had. Was it 2013? I think it was.
Under AVB. 12-13.
Yeah, 12-13 season when Gareth Bale had obviously a really good season in that kit. I mean, he's the first player I think of.
Just say in the picture, very speculative.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what it says. Early prediction.
Yeah, no, I'm saying in the picture it says very speculative. So I don't know if it actually will be that, but it doesn't look bad.
I like it. I like it. I think it's. I mean,
it was Under Armour last time. I think
it was. Yeah, but I mean, is there any player that you think of more than Gareth Bale when you look at that?
No,
it's proper Gareth Bale. Next up is Son_Way, and it's a Korean tweet, and it translates to Mr. Son Heung-min. I'm sorry for laughing. I forgot about the fan love puppy for a moment. I like climbing over fences, so I keep watching. So where's Sonny going? Going to clap his fans, obviously.
Yeah, big go. Come on. He's because they're the away fans yesterday, so good moment from Son. Always appreciating the fans. He's always like that. Great moment at the end of the game for the fans to get Sonny to come over.
And Sonny_adorable says, wow.
Sonny_adorable.
When I scored my first goal in the A match and when I scored my 50th goal. Wow, look at Sonny. That was when he scored his first goal for Korea.
Hasn't aged today.
Not at all, huh? Not at all. He's aged like a fine wine, that's what I would say.
100%. Look at that.
Unbelievable. Wearing look, Sonny wearing number 11.
What's that about? How is he not number 7? And his celebrations changed from the heart. Now we know we've got the camera.
Yeah, I remember when he was doing the heart in the early days for Spurs.
Yeah. Take over from Gareth Bale, he used to do it.
Yeah. Joel Kim says, Bae-jun Ho has 4 goal contributions in 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. The only person on the Korean national team who has more in this category is Son Heung-min with 6. Bae's the future, and bro's going to start by the World Cup 2026, if not sooner. Bookmark this tweet. And obviously, again, like we've been watching Korea quite a bit, well, pretty much every game for a while now. And I think ever since Bae-jun Ho started getting the call-ups, I think he's impressed me every time he stepped foot on the pitch. And he hasn't had the most minutes, but you can see he's doing unbelievably well by those goal contributions.
Definitely making the most of it. And he's clearly also quite broad for a winger as well, so he doesn't get shoved off the ball easily. And when he gets in those positions in the final third, he does have pretty decent composure, and he comes up with something. He's got decent quality. So look, he's definitely a player who's doing very well at the moment, and let's hope he just goes from strength to strength for Stoke. And maybe if they get promoted or he gets a big move, and we'll see him in the Premier League soon.
Let's hope Tottenham are watching, man, because I think he's a proper star in the making. I think you've got Sonny, who's obviously 32. Then you've got Kangin Lee, who's ripping it up in the French league. And I think Bae-jun Ho's the next thing after Kangin Lee. I really believe that. Obviously, Kim Min-jae as well at Bayern Munich. But I think
Spurs could have what are you saying? We could have a Korean front three.
Definitely.
Son, Bae-jun Ho, and Yang-min Hyuk.
I think Bae-jun Ho's got the quality to replace Sonny at Spurs.
You think he's good enough to replace Son?
Well, we're not going to get someone of the quality of Son, like we're never going to get someone of the quality of Kane, are we? I think Bae-jun Ho, what he's showing right now, not just for the national team, but in the championship as well, at 21 years of age, I think we should be looking at him seriously.
It's a big call.
Yeah, well, bookmark this.
We'll bookmark it.
Albert Kim saying Kim Min-jae got into it with a Kuwaiti player as Son Heung-min gave him the captain's armband. He's just got that dog in him. Look at this. Kim Min-jae just going at this Kuwaiti player, and then Sonny just comes up to him and just take the armband. I'm going off.
Love that. Come on. Yeah, Kim's not taking any shit.
And that is it. That is all we have for React for you today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.